my base case, they're going to keep their cuts. I mean, I think they're very concerned about demand outlook, the new lockdown restrictions in Europe. I'm concerned about the whole issue with the vaccine rollout in Europe. But that said, you mentioned U.S. producers. We have reports that the U.S. Energy Secretary did make a call to His Royal Highness asking for, stable, reliable, affordable energy. We also know that several other producers are pushing for a production increase. Russia is again calling for an increase. You have countries like Iran ramping up, Iraq, overproducing. So is there a potential that Abdelaziz basically says, I will give you all what you want, and we return to the tapering schedule and we put more barrels on the market? Not our base case, but it's not off the table either.
Something unusual happened yesterday. Now, yesterday was they have this, it's called the JMMC. Our viewers are like, huh? It's the technical meeting ahead of the real meeting today. And the Iraq representative and Abdulaziz of Saudi were next to each other, sort of appeared together. I mean, is this a sign that the Iraqis are sort of the serial cheating Iraqis in terms of output are coming in line, or kind of the Saudis flexing a bit and saying, hey, Iraq, get in line?
Get it together? No, we call it the contrition chair. So typically before an OPEC meeting, a country that is overproducing might find themselves sitting next to His Royal Highness, having to account for their overproduction and promising to get their act together. It was Iraq's turn yesterday. It should be noted that the Iraqi, prime minister was also in Saudi Arabia, so it's a larger visit from Iraq to Saudi Arabia. But that said, the Iraqi oil minister, again, he had to basically say, I'll do better going forward. But again, our base case is that they roll this thing over, but we are cognizant that there are a number of producers who are looking to benefit from price and volume. So we think all options are on the table going into this meeting. And we just have to see, is there an upside surprise that you've seen at meetings where Abdelaziz says, I'll do a little more, or is he going to surprise us the other way? He very much likes to keep us guessing to the final moments when we're all sitting in that Hollywood Squares press conference.
Yeah, Hollywood Squares would be like 90 of us in those boxes later on today, Halima. Overall, though, it's weird. You've got more, actually, gasoline sales in America yesterday outstripped that of a year ago for the first time ever, more in terms of price, not in terms necessarily of quantity. But France is going into a new 3 or 4 week lockdown. How do you see the balance of global demand right now?
Well, I mean, the U.S., if you're looking at the U.S. market, you're going to be thinking that it's going to be positive for oil. I mean, U.S. gasoline demand is such a big component of overall oil demand, and that's looking like it's going to be, very healthy. So if you are an oil optimist, you point to the United States. You also point to Asia and say, okay, we had some, refinery maintenance, which caused some softness in China, but they're going to be coming out of maintenance. So we can be optimistic about the market. If you're Alexander Novak, the, Russian deputy prime minister who still manages OPEC, he points to those metrics. If you are going to be cautious, though, you look at what's happening in Europe with the new lockdowns. You might pay attention to what the CDC director said when she was warning about a potential another surge in the United States. So, it's a balance. How do you balance the risk? So again, I think they're going to roll over, but there's part of me that has to think that Abdelaziz is thinking about when do we start bringing these OPEC barrels back onto the market.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.